In PHP 8, a very handy operator was added, the Nullsafe operator. In this video, I'd like to show it to you. To demonstrate the new operator, I'm going to use a Laravel artisan command. If you're not familiar with Laravel, don't worry, it's a very simple example. What are we going to do in this command? Well, we are going to get the first user from the database. So this is a model. We call created@add on it. And in a Laravel application, this returns an instance of Carbon, a popular datetime package. And on that instance of Carbon, we call the format function. So this returns the creation date of the first user, which gets displayed. Let's execute that command. Let's execute this command. And we see that it just works. But what if there is no first user? What if this actually returns null? Let's simulate that with trunking the entire user table. So user truncate. And let's execute the command again. And you can see that it now blows up because it attempted to read created@add, but user first now returns null. If you're familiar with Laravel, you might think, hey, I can use the optional helper here and just wrap user first in that. Let me quickly explain the optional helper for those not familiar with it. So this function will only call this if this argument is not null. Let's try it out. And it blows up again. But now we get a different exception message. Now format is called on null. So you can see that the optional helper can't help us when we have a chain of calls here. Let's refactor this using the new Nullsafe operator. So let's remove optional here first. And the Nullsafe operator looks like this. It is just a question mark before a call here. And I can add it here as well. Now PHP will only call this code if this isn't null, and this code if this isn't null, which is exactly what we want. If there's one of the parts null, then null will also be returned. So we could use the null coalescing operator here to handle that case. So I'm going to use unknown here. And let's run the command again. And now we can see that it doesn't blow up, but we get unknown. Very nice. So you don't need to do any intermediate checks here. Let's demonstrate that it works properly when there is a user. So let's reseed the database. So we have a couple of users now, and let's run it for the last time. And now we see the creation date of the first user. I think the Nullsafe operator is a great addition to PHP 8.